we will see a horrible loss of human life. Probably 300 to 400,000 in the first week, civilian and military, probably over 2 million by the time 3 weeks is up.
If I'm a North Korean commander, I will unleash the firepower of my artillery and inflict as much death and destruction on the South as I can. And in the first hours, there will literally be hundreds of thousands of artillery rounds and rockets fired to the South, and many of them into Seoul. With their reserve forces of some 6 million, I think they're the fourth largest army in the world. The scenarios that could lead to war is when Kim Jong-un believes he is threatened. And this can be an external threat by a preemptive strike from the United States, by a miscalculation of alliance military moves where he thinks the regime is subject to extreme threat.
Our task will be to use air power to hold those guys off as much as we can until we can get heavier stuff in there. The first thing you got to do is to get all your...
Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself.
The North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has described Donald Trump as mentally deranged. After the insults, a surprise meeting is to take place between President Trump and the leader of North Korea.
The North Korean regime is always tricky. It's like they are really used to playing with this game for 7 decades.
When you start negotiating, remember that the first thing that the North Koreans will do is they will try to seize the agenda. They will try to change what is to be talked about. They will try to change the times of talks just to throw you and your team off balance.
It's a really good habit to get into, to refer to the country as the DPRK and not North Korea. It doesn't really cause offence, but their point of view is that their government is the rightful controller of the entire peninsula, and labelling them as the country of North Korea kind of undermines that a little bit.
Until the regime really denuclearization, every step is very concrete. Until then, America shouldn't stop the sanctions.
They will try to redefine terms so that denuclearization for North Korea, you'll find, means something quite different from what it means for you. And it's quite possible too that as you talk, that the meaning of that term will shift.
I think from the previous government's soft policy on North Korea, it's proved that by now it's not really effective. It's a failed system.
Small talk can be a bit stifling at first because there's a lack of common ground. The film Titanic is quite popular, and Celine Dion's music as a result, as well as Michael Jackson, are popular figures.
President Trump shouldn't call Kim Jong-un as a rocket man during the summit meeting, because this is a summit between two countries. It's not like they're tweeting on social media together.
Remember too that an agreement is not an agreement until the North Koreans say it's an agreement. And even then, it may not be an agreement. North Korean concepts of the deal are rather different from those of the New York real estate market.
There isn't a McDonald's in Pyongyang, but the president was trying to get his early Big Mac. He may need to have it flown in from Beijing or South Korea.
He doesn't want to give a nuclear power settlement, but he just want to earn the hard currencies, the US dollars. That's his main goal, to continue his regime.
In any negotiation, it's important to have a mixture of sanctions and of incentives, a mixture of carrots and sticks, if you like, to bring to the negotiating table. The North Koreans will certainly be doing that. I think it's important that the United States